Hi friends, this is tech expert Neil and you are watching HowISolve.com. In this video, I'll show you how to create partitions in your hard disk. I'll show you in Windows 11, but the process is more or less the same for all Windows versions from Windows 7 onwards. So without wasting much time, let's get started. So I'll show you how my partition looks like before we do any changes. And this is basically my Windows 11 system running via VirtualBox, and this is the partition. And you can see this it only has one single drive, that is the C drive, and the size of it is almost 80 GB. So I'll show you how you can create multiple partitions from a single partition. So to do that, we'll use the default tools that are available in Windows. To run that tool, we'll go on run and just type disk. In settings, you'll see this create and format hard disk partition. Just click on this. This will open up the disk management tool. And this tool is available since Windows 7, and the process is the same in all the Windows versions. So what we have to do basically is, since you can see this is the disk 0, I've got a single hard disk, and this is basically a virtual disk as already mentioned, and you can see it does not have any free space available. So we'll have to create a free space. We'll shrink the C drive and create a free space, and using that free space we'll create a new partition. So first we'll perform the shrink operation. To do that, simply go to the drive which you want to shrink and right click on it, and you will see over here shrink volume. Click on that and it will say it's querying the volume to know the exact available shrink space. And depending on how your data is present, this figure will not exactly be the space that is actually empty. It calculates how much space is available from the last data that is filled in your hard disk, so that it does not need to move any bytes. So in my case, it's almost equal to the amount of free space that is available, but in your case it might be a bit lesser. Over here you have to mention how much MBs of space you want to shrink the drive by. So in my case I want to shrink it by 10 GB. So 10,000 will not be exactly 10 GB, but it will be approximate. Anyway, after typing the amount of MBs that you want to shrink, click on the shrink button over here and it will perform the shrink operation. And you can see it has allocated 9.77 GB, approximately 10 GB. So now if you want to create a separate partition out of these 10 GB, simply right click and say create a new simple volume, and this wizard will open up. You simply have to click next, and you want to allocate the entire size. You'll just allocate the entire size, and over here you can select the drive letter. I'll keep the default E drive and click next. We are planning to use the partition. You have to format it, so make sure to format this, and you can select from FAT32 and NTFS. I'll keep it NTFS and the defaults are fine. I'll name this drive data, and we'll make sure the perform a quick format is selected, otherwise it will take a lot of time. And file and folder compression, you can skip that and click next and click finish, and there you go. You have created a new partition on your Windows 11 system, and we'll check that out by going in this PC. And as you can see over here, it's around 9.76 GB partition size, and that's how you create a partition in Windows 11. But before we conclude this video, I would like to mention what are the benefits of creating a partition. Number one benefit of creating multiple partitions on a system is that if suppose you want to reinstall Windows for some reason or the other, you can then take a backup of your data, or you can separate the data from your Windows operating system. So that way, if the operating system has to be reinstalled, you can make sure that your data files are separate. So you can basically format the partition on which your Windows has been installed. That way your data will be safe from getting erased. That is one of the reasons for creating partitions. So now once we have created a partition, now I'll show you how to delete a partition and how to reallocate free space to an existing partition. So basically we'll be going back to from where we started. I'll be converting this multi-partition system into a single partition system. So let's do that. For doing that, we'll again use the same program, that is the disk management, and we'll now delete the partition that we just now created. But in your case, make sure that you take a backup of any data that is present in the partition which you are deleting, otherwise the data will be lost. So make sure you do that. Once you have taken the backup, you can right click on this and select delete volume. It will warn you that all the data present on the volume will be deleted, so make sure to take a backup. You have taken a backup, click on yes, and then it will delete that particular partition. Now you can see this is a free space. Now you can expand this drive that is present after the free space. So this partition can be extended. You can see the extend volume feature is available. So we can just click on extend volume and simply click next, and you can see you can only extend the volume to the available free shown below. So we'll select this, all the free space that is available you want to allocate it, or if you want just a little bit of free space that is available to, you can change the value from over here. I'll allocate the entire 10 GB. Click next and click finish, and there you go. So we have gone back from where we started. So that is how you create and delete partitions in Windows 11. I hope friends you like this video. If yes, smack that like button. Share this video with your friends and family. And don't forget to click that bell icon to get notified as soon as we release a new video. Thanks for watching friends. This is Neil signing off. Bye bye.